Welcome back to Immortal Empires. Today we're going to be playing some more Kroq-Gar, and I just want to start by thanking you because I did forget to do the Lord Kroq questline here, so I think we should start the episode with this one. So we have to win the following battle with Kroq-Gar's army all the way over here in Lustria. We would get 5,000 gold as well as unlocking Lord Kroq. Of course, I can't believe we're 72 turns in and we still don't have him unlocked. So after a considerable amount of searching high and low right across Lustria, Lord Kroq's skink scouts finally locate the overgrown temple tomb in which the ancient relic priest is meditating, as ever, upon the fine details of the great plan. However, in their haste it would appear that the scouts were somewhat careless, as they have been followed to Kroq's location by a force of those insidious rat-men, the Skaven. Ah, the pesky rats. They plan to destroy him once and for all by incinerating his physical remains that anchor him to the world. This must not come to pass. Defend Lord Kroq from harm whilst his priests are waking him. So that sounds... we don't want him to get incinerated there. So let's select Kroq-Gar's army. I think it will actually teleport Kroq-Gar's army there anyway. So let's go ahead and teleport. That should teleport the right army. There we go. So Kroq-Gar teleporting in. And it doesn't look like a very hard battle. Maybe they will have reinforcements, some plague monks, but no match for our now rank 9 dinos. So let's go ahead and manually fight this one here.
Lord Kroq will be an invaluable ally in the fulfillment of the great plan, but his worldly relics are in imminent danger. The Skaven approach Kroq-Gar. Prepare yourself. While Kroq's force field provides him with some protection, the awakening process leaves him vulnerable to attack. It is imperative that you defend him until he is fully risen from his slumber.
So here we go, the battle to defend Lord Kroq has begun, and it's been a while since we've had one of these cinematic battle replays here, hasn't it? I'm looking forward to this one. Kroq-Gar here charging into the battle, and if we go ahead and look over here, it's not really that much of a scary force that we're dealing with. If we go and turn off the UI, get a nice close-up of the Skaven here. Of course, they don't have very much armor. A lot of Skaven slave units. Somewhere in here is their legendary lord, or their lord, sorry, and some magic missiles firing off. We go back towards our units though. Kroq-Gar and his Scar veteran charging in on their Carnosaurs. Behind them we can see another Carnosaur, as well as our Stegodons, and then look at this absolute monstrosity of a unit here. You would not want to face against this one on the battlefield. Very slow moving, but I can imagine he's gonna pack a punch when he charges in. So let's go back over here then. It looks like Kroq-Gar has initiated battle, as well as the Scar veteran charging in to deal some damage to the rats here. So let's get a good view of that jumping in. Oh, it feels good to record another one of these battles like this. It really has been a while. Of course, in the Luthor series, we basically recorded every battle like this, so it's kind of a throwback. And in the distance there, you can see a chain lightning being cast off. That's going to absolutely rip through the enemy there. And I imagine that has done a ton of damage. Yeah, it took half of their health pool, and that's just that unit alone. Our Stegodons also engaging in battle there. The Skaven having some leadership issues. They are firing off some missiles, but that really shouldn't do too much damage to us. We do have quite a decent amount of missile resistance for our army here. We go over here. This is our Skink Priest on his special mount. I believe that's a special Bastillodon there. So he does have ranged ammunition. There we go. We actually see the Skinks firing off to some Skaven, destroying those guys. And in the distance, we see a reinforcement army. So I was thinking when I was fighting this that the enemy seemed a little bit weak here. But as we go over here, you can see they have some reinforcements coming in. And they actually have a Hell Pit Abomination. That will be quite scary to deal with. And then this guy here, I forget the name of this mount exactly, but looking badass as he charges into battle. So our first dino is engaging the lines. That'll be a Stegodon. He actually sends the Skaven flying. Oh, and a nice fireball as well, connecting with their lord. And you see the Hell Pit Abomination there has incredible mass. Kroq-Gar also charging in. And then if we look at the distance, this is the dino we wanted to see. Whoa, look at that. The enemy getting some warp lightning off. I think they missed the target though there. Of course, the benefit of being single entities, we can kind of avoid all the magic. And this guy, although he was walking slow into battle, he is quite agile now. If we take a look at the AI, we're doing quite well here. We do have some Sourish units trying to fight in arm-to-arm combat. But for the most part, we are an army of dinosaurs. We're trying to take on this enemy lord as well. And our skink priest just still in the distance here, just firing off some magic. In fact, I think this is our skink priest. Yeah, that's our skink priest. Who's this guy? This is the thunderous one, an ancient Stegodon here. So they're also engaging in battle there. If we go back into the distance though, you can see our Shredder of Lustria hasn't really taken much damage. Absolute tank of a unit. Let's go and get in some close-ups here. We're about to cast a bombardment spell. I imagine this is going to absolutely destroy the Skaven. And there it comes. Whoa, it definitely destroyed the frame rate. Maybe we can get a look at their health pool. I think it was these guys basically wiped out the entire unit there. That's insanely strong. And the Hell Pit Abomination is still alive and still fighting. We are targeting that now. It still has half of its HP actually. I believe it does have regeneration. So quite tough to take that one down. However, Kroq-Gar and his Scar Veteran there now targeting the Hell Pit Abomination. And definitely doing a lot more damage to it. I imagine it's about to die. Yeah, 1 or 2 more hits. And the Hell Pit Abomination will be down. In fact, it wants to surrender from battle now, as it gives off some noxious fumes there, and it goes down. So one less scary unit to deal with there. Over in the distance, you can see the rest of the Skaven army is retreating. So we'll see what happens here. It can't be long before we have a victory. Whilst these guys are retreating, you see they have an enemy lord there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this architecture here. Just look at this. Doesn't this look great? I don't think we can get any closer than this. But up there is the legendary Lord Kroq himself. I do love the architecture of some of these quest missions. It looks beautiful. So we look down here. Most of the Skaven has departed from the battlefield now. We still need to kill this enemy lord. And we actually decide to send some units to target him. His leadership is very fast. Melting away there. I assume we should also get the kill on him. In comes a fireball. Oh, I think a bit of friendly fire there. And in the distance, another Skaven army coming to reinforce. This time, bringing a Doom Wheel to the battle. One of our Stegodons actually caught off guard there. And they have another Doom Wheel here as well. Also, some artillery here. But we should be able to deal with that very fast. This Stegodon unit might be in a bit of trouble. The amount of enemy units here. But luckily he is tying down these rattling guns and these warplock Jezzails. So it's actually kind of a benefit we had him there. And our thunderous dino there, or the Shredder of Lustria, sorry, taking a massive hit from the artillery. We should probably go and focus them. In the distance you can see Kroq-Gar and the Scar Veteran, or our Skink Priest, sorry, going in on this Doom Wheel. Stomping down the third, and there's Kroq-Gar. Kroq-Gar comes in afterwards to come and deal with it. The Doom Wheel running for his life here. We'll see if Kroq-Gar can catch up. And he actually just took a fireball from one of the Skink Priest there. And it does look like the Doom Wheel is going to retreat from the battlefield. So I feel like this third army really didn't have much of an impact. Most of them being tied down by that outer place Stegodon unit. And their lord already retreating from the battle. So if we just come in here now, some of the other units also retreating. I think it's just a matter of time before the victory is ours. At least the balance of power definitely predicts that as well. And we didn't really take too much damage, to be fair. Other than this one Stegodon unit, I feel like we did extremely well in this battle. Of course, just sending our dinos everywhere to fight any rat that we saw. In the distance here, these Rattling guns really not doing anything either. They're engaged in melee with a Stegodon unit as well. And in fact, all of the units are now in full retreat. So if we take a look across the battlefield, there we have it. I'm pretty sure that is a victory. We just gotta wait now. There we go, a decisive victory. There we have it, a decisive victory. We did lose 91 units, but luckily we didn't actually lose any unit cards here. Our dinosaur's getting plenty of kills. Our skink priest as well on his new mount there. It was nice to get an old style battle back there with the post-cinematic replay view. But let's get straight back to the campaign map now. We need to replenish our army just a little bit and then continue the march south to go and deal with the Slanesh units. There we go. So quest complete, 6,500 experience as well as the 5k gold there. We did have some reinforcements. I never actually saw these guys join the battle. They didn't get any kills, so maybe that army is spawning now. I don't know. I've never actually played Kroq-Gar up until now, but we did defeat 3 Skaven armies there. Let's go ahead and get the replenishment. That should help us just a little bit here in recovering. And we gained a new mount for our skink priest, an ancient Stegodon. Very nice. And we have completed that quest there. I think the description is the same. Yes, we won't read that one out. But we do have an extra 5k gold now. And we also have Lord Kroq. So if we go over to Kroq-Gar's army, in fact, Kroq-Gar also has a level up. So let's go ahead and level him up here. Let's see. Maybe we could get him some weapon strength. There we go. The FPS seems a bit low over here for some reason. Not quite sure why that is. But we do have Lord Kroq here. So let's go ahead. Now, is he a... I thought it said he was a hero, but is he a lord? He's not, right. Oh, our army is full. That's right. Okay. Let's just go ahead and combine these guys. And then we'll go ahead and boot these ones out of the army. And then we can get Lord Kroq here and then put him in Kroq-Gar's army. Training or replenish troops. Let's go ahead and give him some replenishment. We don't need training, so we're already at level 9. Right. So now we have a legendary Slan inside of our army. I'm looking forward to him. And then look at his equipment. Wow. So a ceremonial mace of malachite. Plus 10% weapon strength and 15% spell resistance for the hero's army. Very nice. The Glyph of Potek. Plus 8 melee defense. Plus 18% weapon strength from fighting against Vampire Counts, Vampire Coast and Tomb Kings. That's going to be extremely useful for the battles to come. As well as 5% ward save for the accompanying lord. So that would be for Kroq-Gar. If we look at the Amulet of Itza, wins a magic power reserve change plus 10% when increasing, as well as 30% spell resistance. The standard of the Sacred Serpent, plus 3 control in the local province, plus 3% casualty replenishment rate for the hero's army, and causes terror when fighting against warriors of chaos, daemons of chaos, and Norska for the accompanying lord there. And then lastly, we have our Golden Death Mask, plus 5 melee defense, 10% missile resistance, and a passive ability, so all enemies within range lose minus 8 melee attack. Very nice there. Now we could then maybe send this skink priest to another army. We'll see, but he can also get a level up. There we go. Let's get the last level of Wind Blast there. And then if we look at our Scar veteran, let's also go and level his... Let's see, he's actually very well leveled. Let's go ahead and level up his leadership a bit. He actually gained 2 level ups. So did our skink priest. So the skink priest has all of his magic now. We could give him 10% spell resistance, so let's go ahead and do that one. Things are looking very good here. We've got some lizards down here. So let's continue taking Kroq-Gar down here to Dawn's Light. There we go. That should give plenty of replenishment. Other than this Stegodon here, basically fully healing ourselves. Let's see. We also have Uaxti. What are we doing with Uaxti? He's in the altar. Ah, yeah, we were going back towards the dwarfs, weren't we? Let's keep force marching because I want to get over to Oixel as fast as possible, really, before the dwarfs can launch another attack on there. We also have Tepchik down here. So Tepchik should be able to colonize this turn. 1.2k, there we go. So we do gain this settlement back. And we do have this province secured now. So let's get some growth and income going here. And let's go ahead and spend the 900 gold to just build that settlement too. And we should have one more army. Prigel. Ah yeah, Prigel was going north to deal with the Tomb Kings. Is this a win now if we attack? It's a Pyrrhic victory, but we don't lose any units. So let's go ahead and auto-resolve this one. 4.5k experience, very nice. And we will go ahead and occupy this. Taking back Kemri from the Tomb Kings here. Let's go ahead and give alignment of crafting here as well. Prigel should have some level ups. 3 level ups, very nice. Let's go ahead and give him some armor. And maybe we can also give him some melee attack. There we go. That should be looking good for this guy here. We're currently getting 1k gold per turn. The Black Pyramid of the Gash. Doesn't this look cool? I really like this one. Now, one thing I also noticed before I started recording here, we're actually very close to our short victory condition. We just need to occupy, loot, raise, or sack one more settlement. So, I think that should probably happen this episode, to be fair. But let's go ahead and look at what we can build. So down in the jungle of the gods, we can build some stuff. Should I build down here? Can we not build up here first? Here we go. Let's go and get Tortika up to tier 4. I would like to do that. And then I think the second... What about Jungle of the Beasts? Jungle of the Beast is looking strong. Yeah, it's already tier 4, so maybe we should level this. Let's go ahead and upgrade this trade resource. And then maybe we could also... In fact, no, we don't need any more growth here. 7 turns, and then we would have enough for tier 5 anyway, so we just need gold here. I think I might actually build some income. We don't have any income here. So let's build some skink favelas there. And I think that's all our gold for the turn. We will check our diplomacy here. I don't think there will be anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything right now. So let's go ahead to turn 73.
You knew it, clan.
Okay, Kin Hackle here would like a peace treaty. Definitely going to say no to that one. And we gained a new trait for Uaxti. Plus 5% campaign movement range for the Lord's army, as well as plus 5% campaign line of sight. So that's a nice little bonus there. And fertility rights in the Fortress of Dawn. A charismatic soothsayer has impassioned the locals in this province with the doctrine of vigorous procreation. While the population is sharply rising, an exhausted workforce is not a productive one. So we gain fertility rights for 3 turns, plus 20 growth, but minus 10% income from all buildings in the local province. Okay, we're not doing much down here in this province right now anyway. Okay, we're doing well down here actually. I don't think we even need to sail south at this rate. I think we can just focus on dealing with the Tomb Kings maybe. But let's go ahead to Kroq-Gar. Now, if we don't have to worry about what's south of us, maybe we should take Kroq-Gar back to the north. Or should we continue going south over to these lands? I think the Abyss Glacier is basically already occupied. Yeah, but the land's not inhabitable down here either. In fact, Fortress of Dawn isn't really that habitable too. So, I think maybe we're going to take Kroq-Gar and sail along the coast here. Maybe we could launch an attack against the Empire over here. And then maybe we could move into Arkhan lands. That does sound like a good plan. So, let's go ahead and take Kroq-Gar. And we're going to go on a little sailing trip with him. If we go over to Uaxti. Now we are... Can we reach the dwarfs this turn? I think that's likely a no. But we will try to chase them anyway. So Uaxti's defending Oixor over here. If we go over to Tepchik. Now what are we doing with Tepchik? Maybe we keep him down here for a few turns just to defend. Although I really don't think we have anything to be scared of. Unless Abyssa crosses the sea whilst these lizards here take this. So maybe we do just leave Tepchik here for a few turns. And then with Pryjo, let's let him replenish his army. So things are looking fine there. Now we go back to the Golden Pass. We can't build anything here right now. In the Cursed Jungle, let's go ahead and upgrade our Skink favelas to Skink Barrios. That should be nice. And we also have another building slot now in the Temple of Skulls, which I think with this one, we want to build the Scrying Pool, right? Which building is it that upgrades the Geomantic Web? Settlement into another... Okay, oh yeah, here. Okay, Strength 5, Geomantic Locus. Okay, so it's actually a different building. Let's go ahead and look in here. Maybe it's this one. Ah, yeah, this one. So we want to build the Geomantic Pylon here in the capital. So we need 2,000 gold for that. We can't do that right now. So let's go ahead and check our diplomacy for the turn. I think for the lizards now, we're just waiting for this to go up so we can get some more defensive and military alliances here. But let's go ahead to our next turn here. And Thoric has declared war. So we know where we're taking our armies to next. He's actually up here in the Land of the Dead. So we will see if he attacks us this turn or not. And he does decide to attack us. The Springs of Eternal Life there. I really don't think we can defeat that army. So we're going to have to auto-resolve this one, but we should be able to strike back quite easily here. And a Rite of Awakening performed, and again there for some of our allies. And we did lose these Springs of Eternal Life. So Pryjo should be able to take that back relatively easy. The army's very damaged. And then I think we're going to move in and deal with the pesky dwarfs here. And we aborted a mission there. That should be fine. Now, can Pryjo reach this turn? He can. And I think it's going to be a very easy auto-resolve battle as well. A close victory, but we don't lose anyone. So let's go ahead and take that back. We also stole a spell shield from them. +5 melee defense and 12% spell resistance. Very nice. We will occupy this once again. I don't want to build any buildings here. Because it does seem like it's an area of conflict at the moment. And we did gain a cold one mount for Pryjo there, which is nice. Let's go ahead and give another commandment. We can also... He got 2 level ups. Let's give him some melee attack. And let's go ahead and give him Foe Seeker. There we go. Maybe Kroq-Gar can come and help deal with this as well. In fact, I think instead of going to fight the Empire, maybe we do take Kroq-Gar up through here. And then we can attack the dwarfs from the south. If we go ahead and look at Uaxti, he's also fighting more dwarfs over in Lustria. Now, how do we want to approach these guys? They only have 1 settlement left. Okay, Gorok is doing a very good job here. So let's actually march down here. And then we can take down Thrice Cursed Peak. And then these dwarfs should be gone. They do have an army here, though. I don't think that's enough to launch a counter-attack here. And also, we do have Tepchik. Just keeping an eye on the southern borders. I think we will keep him here for a few more turns because they still do have these Skull Carvers abode down here. So let's just sit here and try not to give our enemy the chance of an attack. If we go to the Golden Pass, 5 turns for that to upgrade. What about in the Kingdom of Beasts? Do we have 2k gold? We do. Okay, so we can go ahead and build the Geomantic Pylon now. Reinforces the Geomantic Web, indirectly improving commandments and income from all buildings plus 8% in the local province. Let's go ahead and build this one. And let's not upgrade the growth buildings. I don't think that's needed. In fact, we're really going to need... Because how much is it? This costs 16k. So in fact, we might as well demolish this growth building and build some income here. Because we desperately do need that income to be able to support a tier 5 upgrade here. We can build elsewhere. Let's go ahead and improve this economy building and also improve the gold mine. There we go, because that will help with income. So I feel like that's a worthy investment there. Now, do any lizards want any military alliance or defensive alliances? Not quite. That's a little bit of a shame. What would we need here? I think with Gorok especially, he controls a lot of Lustria. Can I join any of your wars? No. I'm not sure how we can improve relations there. But let's go ahead to turn 75 for now. Tic-Tac-Toe has asked me to join the war against Volkmar. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. And a great incantation of Kassar performed there, and gorillas in our midst. A network of sedacious ne'er-do-wells sows discord in your provinces, and control is falling. Seek methods to remedy this before it erupts into a full-blown rebellion. -3 control in all provinces. That's a bit of a brutal one there. Nevertheless, let's go over to Kroq-Gar. Now, where do we attack here? We could keep sailing round to the Empire and then work our way east. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I just noticed Volkmar is actually planning to attack one of our settlements. So it's a good job we didn't really upgrade these settlements too much, I guess. So we're going to have to go around and launch a counter-attack there. Let's go over to Uaxti. We can attack Thrice Cursed Peak this turn, so let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, that's a very easy victory there. We will go ahead and occupy this one. There we go, and we gained a new armor, Shield of Ptolus, +5 melee defense and 10% missile resistance. And we have completed the short victory conditions there. Glory to you, glory to us. The war will go ever on, for that is the nature of this turbulent world. But for this moment, we can claim victory. So, hero capacity +3 for all heroes. Very nice. So, that also begs the question now. What would you guys like to see with this campaign? We could start a new campaign and bring something fresh to the channel. Or maybe we could go for the long campaign. It is quite a long one though. We would need to occupy, loot, raise or sack 40 more settlements here. As well as unite Lustria. I don't think uniting Lustria would be too hard as long as we can get those military alliances. Because Gorok is pretty much in control of a lot of Lustria. As well as our allies down here and then on the coast. So the lizards do for the most part own most of Lustria already. But what would you like to see? Should we press on for a long victory campaign? Or would you like to see someone new? But let's carry on for this turn for now. I'll probably put a poll down in the comments actually. And we go down to Tepchik. Is it safe down? I think we're still going to keep Tepchik here. Just to be sure. Pryjo up here. Now this is a tough one. I think we really need to move him down. We need more armies to deal with Volkmar. So let's move Pryjo down here. That should be okay. And in fact, I think we're safe down in the south. Let's go ahead and move Tepchik. We're going to start moving him up north as well. I feel like there's going to be many battles in the deserts there. Let's go back over to the Golden Pass. That's fine. What about the Kingdom of Beasts? We can build some economy here. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think we can also afford to lose this growth building now as well. Because we still do have the pastures and the port. So that shouldn't damage us too much. Land of the Dead. I don't think we can risk upgrading these settlements, honestly. So let's not go ahead and do that. Do we have any diplomacy, I wonder? Doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead to turn 76 and see what happens during the end turn here. There we go, and we a new mission here. The Hairy Warm Blood Problem. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against the following character. Harok Hassel Fries. Yeah, that this guy. We would get an Iron Curse icon and 600 gold if we did it within 6 turns. I don't think we're going to bother with that one here. If we look at the map, we do actually have a lot of territory. But sadly, that's all I have time for today. If we do actually take a look at what we control, we have us, Kroq-Gar here with the blue lands. We have Tic-Tac-Toe of the orange. I think that's Oxyotl down here controlling most of the south coast. And then over in Lustria, we have Gorok with all of the white lands. The green lands are also lizards. On the coast here is also lizards as well. So we're actually having a really successful Lizardman campaign, I feel. But yeah, as I said, there will be a poll down in the comments. Check the pinned comments, and then we can vote on if we want to see a long victory campaign, or maybe we can start a new series entirely. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching and all of the support on the videos lately. It's awesome, and I will see you in the next episode.